Welcome to the You Demand It podcast. Fans, you demand it, and we deliver. Along with that, our guest, I'm Mike Lagus-Schultz. Before we get to our big show for this week, here's how you can suggest a guest or submit questions for upcoming shows. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/UAthletics. Also go to our Twitter page at twitter.com/Utah Athletics. And I think safe to say the game we've been waiting all year for is finally here. Two undefeated teams going at it Saturday at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Number 5, Utah against number 3, TCU.
Absolutely, Mike, and what a fever pitch it is here in town with the game this Saturday. But what led us to come into this week 8-0 was beating Air Force 28-23. And I think everyone agrees that we're glad that we're not going to face Air Force for a while. It always seems such a rough and tough battle. And now we're looking towards the game of the year versus TCU in the Camo Blackout. The last time these two teams met in 2008, TCU was ranked 11th. The Utes were ranked 10th. And obviously, a great win came out of that game with Louis Sakota's last-minute kick to beat TCU 13-10 and went on for our Sugar Bowl victory.
No question, and that win over TCU, one of the great moments in Utah football history. But to get to the matchup this time around, Utah, as you said, had to get down the road last Saturday against Air Force. Utah heavily featured the ground game to counteract that option attack of Air Force, and Matt Asiata answered the bell in the big way for the Utes. 23 carries for 95 yards. That's the second-best rushing game for Utah back this year, following his 100-yard game against Wyoming. Last week we talked to Eddie Y. This time it's the other half of Utah's running back tandem. Matt Asiata, our guest this week on the You Demand It podcast. Well, Matt, thanks for joining us on a busy week with TCU coming in. Let's get to our questions. This first one from Dustin Newman. He asks, how much easier is it running with a fullback in front of you as opposed to a one-back set?
I think it's much easier for me and Eddie Y to run behind. Big fullback, he's my brother. It's nice to see him out there with me and getting a feel of the college atmosphere, and it was a blessing to have him blocking for me and a big old line, coming back, and I'm just happy.
We haven't had a lot of two-back sets in recent years. You've been there with Eddie at times, but it seemed like Sean was just a natural fit for that position. Is that kind of what led to more of a fullback position this year in Sean? Yeah,
he's really physical. He's big. He's a little big brother. And, I take that to heart, and, I'm very proud of him and what he's doing and what he's doing for this program, and, I'm excited for this year.
Another question here from a fan. Trevor Snarr asks about your brother Sean. How much time do you spend with him, working with him on football skills and just spending time with him off the field?
I think the skills come, natural to him, but, I see some mistakes he needs to fix, during film and stuff. I try to pull him aside and tell him to fix it, during plays, and then, when he's in, just play hard.
And Matt, you and your brother Sean aren't the only brother tandem. We also have Dave and Joe Kruger, kind of now starting a legacy with you guys and other guys. What do you think the sibling duos do to help the Utes program in the future?
I think it just makes us play harder. Just seeing, a family member, on a squad, just trying to, just play. Try to show him, how to really play, and try to, match his style and stuff. And I'm just excited. He's out here with me, and he's gone a long way. To come up here, and he was gonna play linebacker. And I told the coaches he can block.
Yeah.
So the coaches were really surprised at what he can do during spring ball. So I'm really blessed to have him with me.
He has nice hands, can catch a few passes as well.
Yeah, he caught a touchdown, and he was really psyched about that, and I was really happy for him, that day.
A tough injury for you last year, a broken leg. The good thing was it happened early, so you got a chance to rehab and come back. But based on the injury, how do you feel you've been so far this year in terms of your progress and coming back from that?
I've been pretty good. I feel really, I feel healthy for the first time. Eddie's been a big help, getting some load off of me when I need it. And, this past weekend, against Air Force, he's been there. I just take it as a positive. Just trying to run with it and, just stay positive and never think about it.
Everybody talks about the two-back set. Some guys want to have the ball all the time and just get into the rhythm. You guys seem to do pretty well rotating. Just talk about how it's worked for you, too.
It really doesn't matter with us. We talk about it every time, before games and during practice. It was just, we just talk and just say, when you're tired, just look at me. When I'm tired, I'll look at you. And we just catch eye to eye together during games, and, we know when to come in.
And you have a very busy life off the field. You have a family, you go to school, you obviously are a key part of our football program. How do you balance it all in your own life?
I don't know. It's tough. In the beginning it was tough, but I kind of got used to it. With 3 kids, not that many players have 3 kids. They only got 1, but 3 kids is tough. But I'm very blessed to have them. That's what keeps me going. And never to quit. 2 season-ending injuries. I'm still not going to quit because of them, and that's why I'm here.
You have such a great heart, and we're so glad to have you on our team. What does it mean to you? Saturday is a very special game. Besides playing TCU, you guys are going to be in special uniforms from the Wounded Warrior program, kind of honoring them. What does it mean to you to wear those black and camo uniforms?
It means a lot, to wear for those guys who got injured in the Army or at war. Besides just wearing the blackout uniform, we just want to show support to all the guys serving our country and fighting for our country. And this Saturday is going to be the day.
Going to be a huge day in a lot of regards. 2 undefeated teams, 2 top 5 teams. A lot of hype around this game, a lot of national media coming in. Game day will be here. As a player, man, how do you handle all the attention leading up to game day?
Just treat it as another game. Obviously it's a big game, but we don't want to get excited, with all this media attention and all this ESPN. We just came to just do our job and just play Utah football, and that's it.
Speaking of ESPN and game day, what does it mean to you to have a huge representation Saturday morning, all the fans down at Reg Cycle Stadium kind of screaming for Utah football? What does it mean to the team to make a great presence on game day?
It means a lot. It gets us hype, with the must, being there. We see all those little 5-yard penalties on the side. Yeah, that really helps us a lot, and we'll give it up to the fans and to the Muss, and we just appreciate everything they do for us.
And Austin Edmonds wants to know, once you're done with your college career in January, we're hoping, what do you plan to do? Are you entering the draft, the NFL draft, or what's your thought?
I'm going to enter the draft. That's always been my dream, but I'm fortunate to get my my degree, so I got something to fall back on, and I'm not gonna give up. Just keep playing and until my body gives up, I guess, and that's it.
All right, thank you, Matt. And what a selfless player he is. Matt Asiata coming back for a senior year, content to split carries with Eddie White, and Eddie really in the same mold. Both of those guys could be the featured back, but they're content to just do their part. As a result, Utah's running game very effective this year, and a big game coming up on Saturday. Utah TCU, a lot going on for Utah fans in conjunction with that one.
You're right, Mike. There is a ton going on at Saturday's game. We need everyone to make sure that they're wearing black or camo and black to support our guys in these special uniforms. They won't actually have their last name on the uniforms, but instead words like service, integrity, commitment to honor those wounded warriors that have sacrificed for our country. Another huge event is Saturday morning ESPN Game Day. We'll be on site in Salt Lake City. Millions of fans throughout the country will have their eyes on us. We need all the fans in the West lot at 6 a.m. to support our football program and to show the country what kind of U fans we're all about, and then go from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. as the show, but we need everyone there at 6 a.m.
All right, should be a lot of fun on Saturday. Game day at 7 a.m., the U-Walk at 11 a.m., and then a top 5 showdown at 1:30, Utah against TCU. Give us your questions for next week on Facebook and Twitter. For Ann Argus, I'm Michael Aguschulta. Until next time, so long, everybody.